Hey guys, welcome back to Cooking with Tammy Live. This past weekend, let me tell you, I had a feast. I made a 4-cheese baked macaroni and cheese. I also had collard greens with smoked turkey neck bones, and I did a sweet potato mash with a delicious brown sugar candied sauce. Oh my God, but not to mention, guys, I also had fried lobster tails. So in this video, I'm going to show you how I make my delicious, quick and easy fried lobster tails. Yes, guys, absolutely beautiful, right? I know. Oh my God, I bet your mouth is drooling. Anyway, guys, let's jump right in and let's make these lobster tails. When it comes to opening our lobster tail, what you need to do is, right? Yeah, you have these little things back here. You can always feel free to cut it off if you want. However, it's not necessary. Take your hand and just press against it, just like that, gently. And what you're doing is you're actually separating the meat from the back of the lobster tail. You're gonna hear like a slight cracking sound. I already did it prior to recording, but once you do this, you're gonna hear the cracking sound. That's a perfect indication that, you know what, the meat is separating from the shell, and it's gonna make it easier when it comes time to literally go in and cut straight down, just like that, all the way until you get right here to this part. When you're done, what you're gonna do is it's gonna literally still be stuck, the meat to the shell. You're gonna take your finger and literally put it in there, work your finger in, and just literally separate the meat from the shell. And when you're done, you're gonna close it like this and just set it on top, just like that, right? Easy does it. Doesn't take much time at all. And yes, our lobster tails are ready to be seasoned. Alrighty, what we're gonna do is we're gonna hit it off with some salt. Just like that, not too much. Just enough, but not too much. And we're gonna hit it off with our rainbow peppercorn. Of course, ground black pepper is perfect. Just like that. I can't wait to fry these bad boys up. Just like that. Alrighty, we are gonna go in with a little bit of garlic powder, just a tad bit, not too much. We don't want to over season. It's seafood and you don't want to over season it. Just like that. Get that garlic powder on there, and we are gonna go in with our onion powder. And always remember, fish is a very delicate meat. It takes the seasoning really, really easily. So you don't want to over season. Also, we're going to go in with that creole seasoning. If you don't have creole seasoning, as I mentioned, you can use Old Bay seasoning as well. Just like that. Looks beautiful, right guys? Yes. Hit it off with that creole seasoning, and we're gonna take our hands, we're gonna go in there, just massage it gently. And of course, if there's a front, there's a back. You're gonna go in, you're gonna do the same thing. Hit it off with a little salt, a little bit of pepper, and you're gonna repeat with the creole seasoning, as well as a pinch of garlic powder and onion powder, and you're just gonna rub it in front and back, just like that. All right, man, front and back, just like that. And set it right here. Let it do its thing. Repeat the same process. We already seasoned our lobster tails, so what we're gonna do first is we're gonna take our perfectly seasoned lobster tail, we're gonna add it to the flour, just like this. Make sure it's coated really well. Shake off any excess, and we're gonna place it right into the eggs. Right into the egg wash is what I should say, just like this. Once you're done, Allow it to drain off just a bit. We're gonna take it and we're gonna place it directly into the breadcrumbs. Just like that. Make sure everything is covered. And the egg is gonna work as a glue, and that's what's gonna help our breadcrumbs to stick to the lobster tails. Let it sit there for at least maybe about 10 seconds because we want it to pick up all of those delicious breadcrumbs. And the coating from the breadcrumbs is what's gonna give us a nice crispy texture once we fry our lobster tails. Alrighty, and this, shake off any excess. And this is it right here. Yes. What we're gonna do is we're gonna place it onto our baking sheet that's lined with wax paper. And we are gonna repeat the same process. Take the lobster tail, add it to the flour. Keep watching because I'm gonna tell you what to do right after. We're not gonna take the lobster tail and put it into the deep fryer. Not just yet. Don't get too excited. Shake off that excess egg wash, and we're gonna place it into the breadcrumbs. Once again, take your hands and pat it a couple times just to make sure the breadcrumbs are locked in place, just like this. I could already taste it. My mouth is watering, and I'm nowhere near done. All right, the power of food, I tell you, the power of food. Okay, close the shell. Allow the lobster tail to sit on top of the shell, just like that. Perfect. Looking good so far, right? Trust me, it's gonna taste even better. All right, same process. Boom, bam, boom, boom, boom. And boom. Just like that. Pat, 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 pat. Shake, 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 shake. Open up that shell and place it right onto the wax paper. And of course, if your lobster tails are not staying in place and they're leaning and they're falling and they're dancing all over the place, what you need to do is take your hands and just open the back fins, so that way it gives it stabilization, just like that. Just fan the back part of the lobster tail out, and yeah, that's basically it. And we are down to the last guy, the last Mohican. Don't you just love working with flour? It's so nice and messy. It doesn't matter what surface area, you're guaranteed to make a mess when you're using flour or breadcrumbs. I'm telling you, there's nothing you can do about it. No matter how slow you might move or how little bit you might plate, it's still gonna end up all over the place. Can't run away from making a mess, I tell you. Alrighty, and that's it. All right, and we are gonna make some additional space, slide these over, and we're gonna sit it right here. Alrighty, just like that. We are gonna place our lobster tails into the freezer. Why are we gonna place it into the freezer? Because we don't want to deep fry our lobster tails and have all of the coating come off of the lobster tails, because guess what? Even though it looks set, it's not fully set. So placing it into the freezer for about 15 minutes would definitely lock the batter, or should I say the breadcrumbs, onto the fish. So therefore, when you fry it, it's gonna stay on, and when you bite into it, it's gonna be nice and absolutely crispy and tasty. I can't even talk because I'm like salivating. It's gonna be absolutely delicious, crispy and tasty, and when you bite into it, you're gonna get that nice crunch. So yes, we're gonna place it into the freezer for about 15 to 20 minutes, and I'll show you exactly what to do right after. Continue watching. Alrighty, it's time for our lobster tails to hit the hot oil. Yes. Just like that, place it in the basket. We're gonna lower the basket, and yes, we're gonna allow these lobster tails to fry until they are perfectly brown, cooked all the way through, crispy on the outside, and that should take no longer than about 6 to 8 minutes. However, that all depends on the size and ounces of the lobster tail that you're frying. And we are gonna cover it down, and that's it, guys. they are gonna be perfect. When I tell you perfect, guys, it's gonna be nice and crispy and crunchy on the outside, and the meat is gonna be nice and moist. All it takes is about 6 to 8 minutes, depending on the ounces of the lobster tails. You have to agree, guys, these are absolutely perfect, and they look so mouth-watering. I cannot wait to like literally taste it. Quick and easy recipe, and just like I mentioned, place it into the refrigerator, and as you can see, all of the coating and everything stayed on. Nothing is stuck at the bottom of the deep fryer, and that's what's up. This is what we're definitely going for. Not only the texture, but like I said, the crispy coating. That's the most important thing when it comes to frying any food.